Well, hello everybody, good morning, and how are we all doing today? Getting ready for another stream, and as we get to this part and wait for the actual game to come up, I do want to go ahead and do a little bit of channel admin. Sometime probably starting in January of next year, we are going to still be doing streams, but I'm going to start making made for YouTube just content, especially for YouTube. Still basically going to be much of the same, it's just going to be unedited long form plays. Just don't know exactly what it would be, but we got some stuff coming in the future. I'm also in the process of starting to work on a Discord, and basically going to start taking a lot more serious on the streaming half of things. So it's going to be interesting. Oh, it's horrible, Arcane. But yeah, we gotta love people not appreciating the environment. We only have one planet. There we go. Now, if you remember at the end of the last episode, we ended with a battle just being over, so we're gonna see the results after our fight in Crusader Wars. I'm thinking whenever we go to do our like our actual streaming, not streaming content, but episodic content for your YouTube, it'll probably be much of the same when it comes to like Ck3 and stuff like that, except for it'll be more of a slower play episodic type thing. So we had a nice victory here, and that also gave us the victory for our county that we are after. So there we go with that. I'm just going to disband and place our rally point back over at our capital. And we got the nickname the Orthodox, which is a nice little addition for us to have. Have a new person joining the court. So I definitely want to try to claim this title. That, or I might just try to claim the title that's here. We'll build up a little bit more money. Don't have much more to go when it comes to that. Interestingly. So how are you doing, Arcane? go ahead and speed up time again. Yeah, it's one thing I'm not looking for. Basically, not enjoying about being here in Hokkaido now. It's cold. Gets that way. But now we have the Western Roman Empire over here, and it looks like it's slowly being gobbled up by both of the Carling brothers. We'll have to see if the Western court survives. Oh, our wife's pregnant. Yeah, I don't blame you, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And our wife's cancer is starting to get more pronounced. And that's okay, Arcane. Definitely looking forward to the siege warfare coming up for Crusader Wars. Go ahead and promote culture here. And let's... The better the alliance that we can try and get. Maybe a gift. Siege. Now let's see if this will. Just having the Western Roman court as our ally, and there we go. Perfect. And our wife has died, unfortunately. Taking our unborn child with her. But we'll have to make do with what we got. Now that we have an ally here in the Eastern Court, we'll let them recover. We might see them expand into this area up here. So the Western Roman Empire was revived because the first emperor, Kenamenos, actually came over and grabbed everything that was needed for the decision to rebirth the Western Roman Empire. So he took the decision and had the title, and then the two realms were split on succession, since he didn't have maximum crown authority yet. So now we have 2 imperial courts, and the decision basically... there's a few things that you can go and do, but the AI took the decision to become Catholic, so it's a Catholic realm, and it put the papacy now up here in Ravenna. Though for some reason it's ruling up here instead of out of Ravenna itself, why the imperial court is actually down here in Rome. My mod has a whole bunch of decisions that we can go and do. Working on claiming our throne. And whenever we can actually get our throne claim done, oh, we have a new emperor. Just a peasant uprising. Yeah, I'm hoping after this playthrough is done we'll have everything. It's just really depending on the person who does a lot of my coding and stuff. We have the Uyghur Khaganate still kind of spreading out, but also kind of starting to fluster a bit. The Uyghurs really have to deal with the Mongol migrations that are going on right now. Oh, the Kyrgyz have really spread right up here. And since the struggle has basically gone absolutely crazy, we now have a big old battle for who will eventually form the Empire of Persia. So we have the Islamic factions and the Zoroastrian factions basically having a battle for the spirit now of Persia itself, based off of the decision. But it looks like the actual struggle is done. So we have time to basically establish what we can over here. Speaking of, let's... How do we have 9? That's weird, I don't get that. How do we have 9 of this men-at-arms? Did I misread an event real quick? It's interesting. So now there's a big free-for-all in the Islamic states as well, since the Caliphate's power crumbled. The dynasty in Cairo has definitely become the leading Islamic power. At least in this region. Ironically, the falling apart of the Abbasids have basically made the Umayyads the leading contender for re-establishing the Caliphate. It really just depends on how they're going to go with the Iberian struggle, which is currently going quite well for them. We'll need to finish the iconoclasm because we want to stay Orthodox personally. Yeah, when this mod gets released, anybody who's using Crusader Wars will also have a nice little special thing, because there's some events that are tied just for Crusader Wars. Just some flavor. I don't care if we're technically allies. I want that throne. Having this city right here would be so nice. Oh, you're gonna get some flavor text whenever you do Crusader Wars after you do a battle. So some of your knights, it might go through, let's say that your knights had a pretty big charge during the battle and they had a whole bunch of kills in Attila. It's going to register that because it takes down like how much things were killed and stuff whenever you throw over down into the data. So you can get acolytes, not acolytes, but accolades and stuff like that. Send him out into the world. Looks like the Western Roman Empire failed to expand. So far, it hasn't really been doing much of anything. Hopefully the Western Roman Empire just doesn't fall apart. And our son has come of age, our second born. Let's see, continue. Spreading our religion. Oh good, our betrothal has gone through. She's actually turned into a very good steward herself. So our next character is going to have some very nice stewardship. Speed this up just to get our claim. And we got our claim. Good for us. Let's make sure the Western Roman Empire isn't... Yeah, we'll accept their challenge. We're just gonna let our men-at-arms get up to full strength. And then we'll have a nice big battle. Try to grab a next level title before the end of our character's life. This is the longest that we've been a count. So from a roleplay standpoint and otherwise, we're basically saying that our marriage to his daughter makes us more eligible than his son. And we've managed to pull some strings. to make it true. Now we have enough. And we have the backing of the Western Court. Which we are going to call in. We'll deal with an alliance there in a bit. Ah, that's actually not the alliance that I thought it would be. Interesting. But if he was to die, that would be a problem. Now we'll see how that works. I actually have a little bit more numbers than them, so we should be good either way. We just need to hit their army before their ally gets involved. And that's if their ally gets involved. Very close battle when it comes to the sheer size of units. And again, they have pikes, but they also have more knights. So we're going to hop into Crusader Wars now. And have ourselves another close battle. This would be one of those where it'd be really nice to have the siege function already. Try to actually get through the, oh, what's it called? Like their actual embattlements and stuff. Their Imperial Spearmen versus our Imperial Swordsmen. And we just have a little bit more of our thematic troops versus theirs. But after we get this title, if we manage to get this title, and we're having a battle in the rain, nice atmospheric. Place that there. Place the thematic troops here. Not thematic, but the professional. Place the theme. Heavy infantry over here. Place these guys here. And with the thematic archers also here. We await your command. Place our knights here and our general. The Imperial Strategos over there. Definitely like the general unit. Just the way it looks. Crusader Wars making like them all have the blue capes and stuff. Very, very nice, because this is actually the proper Imperial color scheme for this time frame. Blue and white.
Yours to command. The enemy has been sighted.
And we're definitely going to try to make the I see what they're trying to do. They want to deploy up on that hill. And we'll let them kind of make a move that way.
We are fortunate today. General, so we have seen it. Lift the standards high! Now! The general has fallen! Our victory grows ever nearer!
Oh my god. Oh, how stupid are they? They ran their own general into their own booby trap. Got him killed. Bruh. I know. It's really bad. I'm just gonna move my army, like, over here. Let them use their own deployables against them. So the way the AI has used the deployables, because for some reason the AI in Attila has never really known how to use, outside of like ambush battles, really how to use their own deployables effectively. So if we deploy our army like right in this area right here, it's going to cover our own advance on this side because of their own stuff. Is it kind of cheap taking advantage of the AI like this? Maybe.
It's an ambush!
Oh, they moved too quick on me.
Advance at speed! We have revealed their concealed men!
Well, this has just turned into a giant free-for-all.
For glory! And glory!
I think this is just going to turn into the Battle of the Blunders. Hey Arcane, I keep forgetting to ask, is the one glitch still causing a problem with the levies? Good. I don't have to chase every single unit now. that happen?
The enemy is attacking our general!
Oh, it's good to get the late game issues. I know in my own playthroughs that I've gotten further in. I've definitely ran into a few.
The men are broken and running for their lives!
Have the Ck3 go over up here and take care of this junk. God, this is turning into such a cluster of a battle compared to what I usually want.
Quickly now! Damn! Our ambush troops have been detected!
Also, for anybody using Crusader Wars, do remember to pick up the Medieval 2 battle script mod. Just makes all the battles so much better.
The enemy are losing ground!
Where is the general? He's over there.
Advance at speed! Glory! Advance!
That one will do.
Ck3!
There we go.
Godspeed good! We are moments away from victory!
Surprised that it's not automatically going over. Oh, it is. It just didn't automatically switch. That's weird. Sometimes Ck3 is just like, I don't want to do it. Oh, but that was a strange battle. I mean, it was convenient that their general, like, he got themselves killed before the battle started. Ran into his own traps. It's just Attila being Attila. Here we are. We definitely had a very nice sized victory. We're just going to besiege their other little area. This will give us a little bit of a war score. I don't think this will cause a ticking war score, but it should help. Yeah, I know. Character's not married. Frankish woman. She's got a bit of a spy master. Hey. For an alliance. Just some cities, unfortunately. So even though the Holy Roman Empire did pop out for a short amount of time right here, and I don't know why it did it, but now that the Western Roman Empire has been born, it automatically destroys the Holy Roman Empire. And they're having a little bit of a break apart there. Well, at least after this, we won't be a vassal of a vassal of a vassal. There we go. Head to their capital. Actually, let's just go over here. Deal with this. I don't think even fighting this battle would be necessary. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go back over on the siege. Something about siege equipment, which I don't think a lot of people seem to realize this, but even if you're not making actual siege progress, you are still making progress on the walls. Like, this will become no longer a factor after your siege equipment breaks them down. So the sheer fact that we do have siege equipment, it will take a while, since this is some very beefy walls on any of these cities from City of Wonders. But we are eventually going to get there. And if we can get another thing of mercenaries, they'll speed it up. Oh. Martial lifestyle. Anything that's going to help us right now? Not really. We capture him on this fight. There we go. We now have a Duke title, which is what we want. Now let's take a look here. Can we do something cheeky? Oh, she liked it. Actually, let's see. Let's cancel this. See if we romance her. Could go for a claim throne. Good, we're still under our original contract. Decline. So if our character can marry her, and have a child with them, and then we make that child the heir, which we're going to be able to do. As soon as we get absolute crown authority. Then we're basically going to have all of Greece in our control, without having to really fight it, like fight for it. And then after that, we can just concentrate on getting claims into Epirus and basically have this whole side of the empire under our control. and switch it into Orthodox, and then we'll basically have a situation where we have like the Orthodox half of the Eastern Roman Empire and the iconoclastic. And now we have a city of wonder. Could be a very good idea. And I've never actually done this. I've never been the spouse of a higher title person, so it'd be interesting to see how this... God dang it. I'll forget about that. We're just going to concentrate on expanding, I guess. So we definitely want to hold this as our own for now. Have some beefy units. Actually, I need some knights. Let's just get these guys to convert to Orthodox and bring them in as our knights. What's a better way than getting knights when you need them by just stealing them? See. Let's work on getting this to our culture. And let's fabricate a claim on Thinaless. I cannot pronounce this for the life of me today. We're gonna start grabbing more of this territory here. Be honest, we could make a just straight out claim for her title. We're still allied with the future Western Emperor. The Silver Tongue, that's a interesting title. Just claim our throne. Because honestly, we're not too different in strength to her in power. Why don't they have Born in the Purple? Interesting. And now they have Crusader Kings available. Interesting. Very interesting. Scheme discovered. Curses. If the Sassanids, like if the actual Sassanid dynasty here manages to reclaim the actual empire of Persia, that would be crazy. We just hit the year 800. We need to actually watch out for, if the Bulgars cross into our territory, we are going to attack them. And actually, we can go ahead and pick up ourselves another men-at-arms. Which we're going to wait until we have enough for cataphracts, because heavy cavalry is definitely needed. Flexible leader, we're starting to get some nice military stuff. Alright, here come the Bulgars. And it's the king of the Bulgars as well, interestingly. They're gonna have horse archers. Doing... I want to fight this battle, and I forgot to switch to our different commander. This will be our first fight against a non-Roman faction, so this is going to be interesting. Alright, I know why that crashed. Just give us a quick second. We are going to actually fix this crash real quick. Forgot to assign the Bulgars a horse archer unit. Da-da-da. Gonna be real simple. Real simple fix. Unless it's something else. Spanish. There we go. Copy that. Paste. Save. Now we're just going to regenerate the battle. And and it should be good. So I'm thinking this is also what caused the crashes during the first attempt of this playthrough for Crusader Wars. Because I think some of those units were not physically registered under the Islamic factions. But the Bulgars, they should just have Avar horse archers. Being at this point that they actually control the Avars. And the Bulgars, before they became Bulgarians, were actually proper nomadic horse people as well. Right off of the steppe. They ended up becoming Slavicide and then turned into basically modern-day Bulgarians. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, that should come through in a second. Let me go ahead and fix this again. Go with all characters because we can't really switch the one thing yet. Now, Arcane, are you still here by chance? Yeah, because if this doesn't fix this crash, then I have no idea what's going on. So I'm pretty sure it's just because the Bulgars didn't actually have a signed outside of the default for the horse archers. That's what did it. So that's also the crash. That was the problem with the crash from the previous playthrough too. It just didn't have the units assigned proper. And this is why the Bulgarians are going to be such an issue for us, by the way, because the mix of the Slavic and horse archer soldiers are just nasty. And we're in a very beneficial to them terrain. Lovely. Place this here. Place them here. And if anybody tries to become problematic behind us.
At your service. Melee horsemen. Democratic. Stand ready. Defensive testudo.
If this funnels them in the way that I want them, we should be decently fine.
Beautiful sky today. Any man who dies will answer to me at tomorrow's roll call.
It's probably one of the funniest lines, actually, in this whole game. You can see it now. Sebastian, why aren't you here? Where's Sebastian? He died, sir. Well, god damn it, Sebastian. Why did you die? Captain Leopold over there has died 6 times. Just walk it off, Sebastian.
As you command. A good cup of wine.
So by the way, Arcane, how are you liking the new Eastern Roman? Hoping you guys adopt this. Definitely makes them a lot more, especially here in the First Age, a lot more survivable. Really? Well, here starts this fight.
Infantry.
If we're gonna have any fight where we're gonna get massacred, it's gonna be this one.
Melee troops awaiting orders.
Oh yeah, the map's ready to go. Hopefully the
Blaze front.
mod will be ready by the time this playthrough's done. And like I was telling Earl, if you don't want to use the extra mod for the 919, it's just basically use the skin pack. And then just copy paste this right here over there.
Enemy approaching.
Ugh, this is not looking nice. If you remember in our other playthrough, we didn't actually have to deal with the Bulgars, because we just kind of wiped the floor with them pretty easily.
Roma Invicta. Right march. At your service. At the double. Infantry. Stand ready. Defensive testudo. Understood.
Get over here real quick.
Enemy infantry. At the double.
Now we excel at attrition-based warfare, so this is going to be one of those. But we're really going to be showing off our strength, and hopefully we'll be good at dealing with it. Perfect. Our front line's getting chopped to pieces.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Slavic tribesmen are just no joke.
Trying to take out our general. Defend him. Glory to the enemy have rallied their units. Victoria, lead us. Advance at speed. Take aim.
Slavic raiders. This is also the era of the establishment of the Islamic, not Islamic, but the Slavic realms. So it makes a lot of sense for these guys to actually be a lot more powerful. We've got to get these guys. This is turning into a desperate fight. And this is just a raid. This is just a very stubborn Bulgarian raid. Phew! Oh, sorry about that.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Okay.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
We can take out that king.
The enemy general is dead.
There we go.
The men are losing faith. Our men have given up and are running for their lives. Our general has fallen.
Darn it, now our general's gone. Those are our archers.
The men are broken and are fleeing.
Valiant defeat. That was a close. We gave them a Pyrrhic victory. Now, if our character dies, it'll be interesting for a story. We actually took out more of theirs. Let's see how well this actually translates. And I don't know why I just hit start the battle again. Hey Arcane, if I just leave this fight, let me actually see if it's loaded. Is this going to I'm gonna click on 2. Okay, it is loading in. That's good. Oh, I can't stop sneezing. Let's see. Oh yeah, our character actually wasn't in this fight. And it looks like their raiding party actually disbanded. Interesting. Well, it may have been a valiant defeat, but we did what we went out to do. We made the Bulgarians stop. That is... well, that was our goal. No, they're running back, but they're going to get into another fight. Yeah. By the looks of it. Yep, there it is. Oh, I wish we could watch this fight. Well, if we could just throw our guys to come over here real quick. Oh, it might be the deciding factor. Come on. Come on. Get over there. No. 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 All our men-at-arms. And we didn't make it in time. Well, our first proper defeat of the campaign was by the Bulgars. Could increase my curtain walls up. Have you recruit. Be a little bit of time getting all of our new soldiers, and getting the cataphracts would definitely be nice. I think we'll work on basically claiming the Aegean Islands. Finishing off that. Oh no, never mind, I remember what we were doing. We were claiming the throne. And apparently we are no longer claiming the throne. So yeah, we're just gonna go right back to getting these islands. Actually, best way we could do is to counter their horse archers with our light horsemen, which are horse archers. Yeah, let's do that. That's going to be the easiest way to really counter any Bulgarian attacks. Thinking another camp somewhere. Oh, we got ourselves some gemstones. And our third son has grown up so quickly. We'll use this for the extra learning and prestige. I don't mind having to pay off that debt. I'm just gonna sell that. A little extra piety wouldn't hurt, but I like making friends. They can give you random stuff. Oh, it's so nice having these two mines. We're making a lot of money. They still have their special troops as well. Now the Bulgarian event change should be actually ending upon his death. Surprising that Acho is, the Uyghurs are actually grabbing a good little bit from the... Like, are these guys actually vassalizing on their own, or... No, they're failing the Mongol migrations. Interesting. Now, historically, the Kyrgyz will actually come down in about the 840s and push out, basically, the Uyghur Khaganate from Mongolia. And then this region right here gets mostly taken out by the resurgent Chinese and the Tibetans. Alright, we got ourselves a claim, just need to grow that out a little bit more. Send them right back to picking up our religion. Iconoclasm still going strong. I'm thinking as long as they're not fanatical, they will let us spread orthodoxy. Alrighty, we're gonna... I'm just gonna raise up my forces, just my men-at-arms. I don't want to fight this battle because I just want to show off our light scout infantry. Not scout infantry, but scout cavalry. And who doesn't like a good fight in Crusader Wars?
Ready for orders.
Well, these foothills are definitely not good for our cav, but they'll be fine.
Melee troops.
Sort of set ourselves up like this.
Yours to command. Armored Sagittarius. Missile cavalry ready. Stay in formation. Ready for orders.
Place the cavalry here with
Ready and waiting.
all of you. There we go.
Formation will be punished.
Place you guys over here, and we'll see if their army's actually on the march or not.
We outnumber the enemy.
Commander. Missile cavalry at your command.
The Hapotexiani.
Advance at speed. Break formation.
Army.
So I've explained this before, but I'll do it again. After the crisis of the 4th century, which saw basically the fall of the Western Roman Empire and the invasion of the Huns, all of that, the Eastern Roman Empire, one of the reasons why they survived and Belisarius himself was so successful is they brought in the remnants of the Huns and settled them across the empire and basically developed a Roman tradition of horse archery. They used them mostly as skirmish and scouts.
Quickly now.
Now, by the 700s and the early 800s, the Huns, as a cultural identity, have basically ceased to exist anymore. They've been thoroughly Romanized, the ones that are still, like, in the Empire. Just put them over there.
Swift and accurate.
I don't mind if they want to stay up there or not. Just keep an eye on them. Now, the Huns that were outside of the Roman Empire that wasn't brought in, there's two theories. They most likely what actually happened is the Huns, what we refer to as, just the Huns, they're actually the Black Huns. They most likely went out back east. And then some of the smaller groups came into the Roman Empire. Some of them fell into the basically the arrival of the Slavs and the surrounding Germanic tribes. But most likely the vast majority of the Black Huns ended up probably going back east and just basically joining together with other Turkic tribes. Because the White Huns were still an issue up until, like, the 600s. They were still a good bit of a problem for the Sassanids, and a little bit later on, the very early stages of the Rashid Caliphate. But by that point, they completely disappeared with the arrival of the Second Ck3 Empire. Basically, when the Ck3 rose again, the last remnants of the Huns as any major political power was gone. I'll place these guys here.
Happy to serve Rome.
The more interesting debate is just what Turkic group did the Huns actually belong to? It's like, were they proper Eastern Turks? Were they Central Turks? Or were they Western Turks? And there's a difference. Like the Ck3 themselves, they are definitely Eastern Turks. But the Central Turks, like the Cumans, were also around by this point, but there's not a lot of documentation of the Hunnic language itself. Which it would be the, like, if we actually had, like, the proper Hunnic language, where we could, like, actually see it and, like, how they read it, basically how they wrote it down, we could determine if they were Eastern, Western, or Central Turkic. And the Khazars are a good example of the Western Turks, along with the Avars. And the most politically influential of all of the Turks are definitely the Central Turks, because you have the Cumans, and then you have the Ozguil. And the Ozgus were basically the Seljuks were part of that whole tribal confederation, which would eventually give rise to, like, the Ottomans and stuff like that. And were pretty heavy in the Middle East and during the Crusades and stuff like that. And then, of course, the Ottoman Empire would be responsible for the final death of the Roman Empire once and for all. I just like watching the army form up.
At your service. Spread out by your command.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys like this.
Armored Secretariat.
Have them run into position. I know I talked about this an awful lot whenever we were doing the Mongol playthrough, but if you ever want to get into a section of history that is really underappreciated, it is definitely the steppe cultures. Especially the Turks. One, Turkic and Mongolic words are very, very fun to say whenever you actually get, like the Özgü, like you roll that. We'll just bring our archers up this way. Try to get us. And remember, in Attila, if you light the vegetation on fire, it does actually cause morale penalties. Like, I'm hoping to catch these trees on fire. Though it can be a bit of a double-edged sword, because if you have your own infantry in the woods, they will be affected by it. Like, it doesn't recognize friendly or foe. Like, Attila and Rome, too, have a whole bunch of interesting little mechanics underneath of the hood that, like, the game doesn't tell you about it. Like, you just gotta sort of pay attention to it to notice it. Same way with Thrones of Britannia, too. That unit just disappeared. By the way, this button right here is from the ammo refill mod. Anytime that you ever are playing a steppe culture in base game or even in Crusader Wars, definitely have it because it really replicates the feel of how the steppe, basically how any of the steppe fought. Just horse archers in general. They would skirmish for a while, run off, refill, come back. You, and you fire heavy shot.
Yes, Commander!
So the heavy shot's going to be doing the real damage, and then the flames are just going to be scaring the living daylights out of them. Is this even necessary? Not really. Is it fun just watching the chaos? Yeah. Precision shot. Yeah, there we go.
The general has fallen! Our victory grows ever nearer!
We're just gonna go standard and let our cavalry finish this all off.
Godspeed good! We are moments away from victory!
It's like, do the Eastern Romans have amazing horse archers? No. Do they serve the purpose, though, and are good at countering, at least harassing and holding down the others? Yeah. They're not like how, when you're in the steppe cultures, oh, this is going to be your main punch. This is how you're going to deal with everything type of thing. So with the map rework that I did for the Eastern Roman Empire, the big strength of the Romans is dragging a fight out. You have a very strong core of thematic troops, which are just your levy troops. They're still levies. They're not going to sit there and like win the whole battle for you unless you're like just going to overwhelm them completely. But they're a little more, just a little bit more regularly disciplined than the average farmer pulled off from other areas. And later on, you're going to start seeing, basically from 1066 upwards, you're going to see that the Eastern Roman Empire is going to, instead of having the thematic heavy troops, they're going to start having the thematic skirmishers, which are basically just going to be javelin men, and they're very light javelin men. But it's all about that whole skirmishing, throwing, and softening them up. As it goes further on, you're going to have heavier and heavier cavalry and better archers, while your actual thematic troops, your frontline spear soldiers, are going to be fairly decent. Going from tier 1 to tier 2, it's not too much of a difference between the two. Just ever so slightly better with morale and staying power, but they still basically have the same arms and equipment. And then going into the tier 3, it's a good bit better, but it's not like dramatically better. And then your actual professional soldiers, they're kind of like in that mid-range. Like your thematic heavy infantry, like the actual Imperial heavy infantry versus, say, like Germanic heavy infantry. The Germanic infantry is going to win in that fight in a straight out, just like a one-on-one between the two. But when it comes to like throwing everything together and dragging it out how the Eastern Empire preferred to fight, then yeah, you're going into the strength of it. But it's not like hugely overwhelming either. It's a nice little balance. Alright, now let's just raise the rest of the army and bring it over here and finish these guys off. Like, the only time whenever you're playing as the Eastern Roman Empire you're going to notice that you have a really strong core is during the 919, and that is basically to replicate the fact that the Eastern Roman Empire during the late 800s and through the 900s, basically up until the defeat at Massacre, the Eastern Roman Empire had no real true rivals. And a lot of the empire could have been reclaimed if it wasn't for the fact that the outside of regaining territory, the Macedonian dynasty is really also known for basically just effing it all up too. They fought each other a lot. basically the whole thing with imperial, like whenever you think about all court intrigue within the Eastern Roman Empire, like, you know, the medieval time, the Byzantine, you know, all stabbing each other in the back, that's all from the Macedonian dynasty. Like, you have Basil II and stuff like that, but still, it just doesn't do as well as it needed to do. And our daughter comes of age, and soon she'll be able to marry the future Western Roman Emperor. And there they go. Having an ally in the Western court, basically, you know, being directly married to the Western Imperial House, it's going to have a lot of benefits for us. Let's have this one done, dealt with. There we go. I could turn around and put my first proper vassal. I need somebody. It's gonna have to do. Sign them. So as we push more of our iconoclastic, not iconoclastic, but our orthodox views, along with getting our actual proper culture back, looks like Anatolian has definitely taken the dominant position for now. Fun little mess over here of culture. Dalmatian. I wonder if the Dalmatian culture is going to actually merge with one of the Italian. Yeah, this will be fine. Gaining a rival. Crusade going on up here. Upper Francia. This is interesting, with Carloman and Charlemagne actually not fighting over the empire. We might have a permanent divide between Upper and Lower Francia. Like, they'll settle in the proper true kingdoms. Because right now, all it takes for both of these kingdoms to be dissolved is just one of them take over the other. But if they die, they settle in. Like, we could see the Empire of Francia. If I claim this title, give it to him. We will become sick. These are foes. Endure the elements. Albino. Looks like Zoroastrianism is really suffering. The little sliver of paganism still alive. Still want to claim throne. If we can go ahead and claim this throne, that will save us a good bit of time. Caesar's triumph. Unyielding defense or recklessness? I like unyielding defender. It's a nice trait to have. We'll go ahead and save the game. How long have we been streaming for? I will keep going for a bit. I'm gonna see if we can actually grab this claim. Alrighty, Arcane. We will see you later. What else should I be doing? I think we're actually going to leave it here, and we'll see in the next episode if we're able to successfully claim the throne of Greece. Which that will definitely help us grab this whole little corridor. And it was discovered, unfortunately. We'll see what happens. We might have to just grab more territory. Like, can we formally just declare war for just independence? And we'll see what happens. Anyways, let's take a look and see if we got anybody to raid today. It's been a while since we raided anybody. Nobody I want to raid this time. So we'll be seeing you all later, you alligators. Bye-bye now. And we will see you tomorrow.